Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing something that we haven't done in quite a long time. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with my unit review series where I go through some of your guys' characters, I pick them out, I go to your profile, and then I show off some of your guys' best characters. But today we got an account to review, or to help out a little bit. So the story goes is one of my mods came to me and went, hey, my friend's account needs some real help. And I said, hey, as the savior of Genshin Impact accounts and the most lucky artifact roller of all time, I got you. The Genshin savior is back to save another account. So without further ado, let's get in to today's video. But before we do that, let me introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, Reverse 1999. Reverse 1999 is a 20th century time travel strategic RPG that takes you back to the year 1999. They are currently having their 1.3 patch, which is going to introduce a bunch of new characters, such as Kala, a mineral DPS who uses mental damage to kill her enemies, and Charmaine, who can kind of serve that role as sub-DPS on your Reverse 99 team. Now this game is a easy to understand strategic turn-based RPG with a glorious visual experience. Build your team, cast spells, and use gorgeous arcane skills to defeat all your enemies. And they even have a colorful cast of characters such as a knight, who is a chivalrous suit of armor who also happens to wield a sword. You have Regulus, who is a pirate captain with a small passion for rock and roll. And then you have Apple, who is literally an apple. This game is available now on iOS, Google Play, and PC. All you need to do is click my link in the description below to download the game and gain up to 73 summons and a guaranteed 6-star character in your first 30 summons. Anyways, let's get back into our video. Alright everybody, well, welcome back to another video. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so I may be a little out of sorts here, but I'm going to try to review and give as best tips as I can on this, what I believe to be free to play. Okay, maybe not. They've bought some of the earlier gem packs, but they're not like an Omega Whale. They don't have the battle pass, and currently they don't have an active blessing of the Welkin Moon. And honestly, since this person was generous enough to let me review their account today, we can be generous and give them a little blessing of the Welkin Moon on the house. And there you go. A free 300 Genesis crystals, which you can use for whatever you want. Now, whose account are we reviewing today? Well, we're reviewing silly... I'm not going to finish that. Anyways, apparently, according to them, they have a top 3% Yoimiya, which is kind of hard to believe. So, first thing I'm going to have to do is check out this Yoimiya. What weapon are we rocking? We're rocking Thundering Pulse. Okay, we're rolling for weapons. That's interesting. On an AR-55 account, I don't think I ever rolled for weapons on that low of an AR level, but hey, it doesn't matter. You got our best in slot. You got 4-piece Shiwanawa, great. Constellation 0, and talents are 10, 10, 4. I appreciate you didn't waste the mats on our burst. That being said, you have no mats because you only have 100,000 Mora left. Oh, goodness. Okay, what artifacts are we working with here? 4-piece Shiwanawa, great choice. You have a pretty insane feather. I don't know if that's a top 3% feather, though. Really, really good flower, though. That is an insane flower. 40 CV plus recharge and attack. Goblet? Yeah, there's no way top 3%, bro. Really? 65 EM, crit rate 11, and then Goblet, 27 crit damage, 3 crit rate, 42 EM. That's pretty nice. And then that's actually a really good hat. EM, attack, and crit rate. But you got 2 defense rolls. You know, that's a cool story and everything, but I am going to have to verify it. Oh, you weren't even lying. Top 3%. Wow, that's actually like really impressive. I won't even lie. Just to put that into perspective, I don't even have a character in the top 3%, and I am AR 60 and have played for 3 years straight. And my highest character is Ayaka in the top 4%. Barely, too. Anyways, that's just an Akasha System Network rating. Really impressive Yoimiya, though. I do like this build. But I don't want to get into all your builds straight away because there are a couple things I want to look at. And the first and most important thing is, are you able to beat the Spiral Abyss? There's a new rotation. That's probably why this one says 0 stars. You just haven't gotten around to it yet. But let's see the past Spiral Abysses. 36 star? 27. Interesting. So if we look at the challenge summary here, your highest damage is with Yoimiya. You're using, I imagine, Risley and Yoimiya as your 2 main DPSs for floor 12, if I had to guess. Which, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that you're not able to do. You do have some other main DPSs in Ganyu, Raiden, Ningguang, who isn't built yet. And then you have a couple other options. Unfortunately, you do have a Dia. I am sorry. Let me look at your character archive really quickly. What characters are we working with here? So, I believe we have every single 4-star in the game, except for Dori, Layla, Faruzan, Mika, Kaveh, Fremine, and Chevris, which honestly, a lot of these aren't even that good, besides maybe Chevris and Faruzan. But you do have a lot of versatility, considering you have all the OG really good 4-stars like Zhongling, Xingqiu, Bennett, and Fischl, which are all very good options. And then for your 5-stars, you have really good options in characters like Zhongli. Ito is pretty good in this Abyss because he is a Geo character, and they try to function this Abyss around Geo characters. You even have Risley, Shogun, and Ganyu, who's fallen a little bit out of the meta, but she's still pretty good. So we have a list of about maybe 8 built characters, but we are AR55, so that is somewhat justifiable. And I do like the characters you've prioritized, besides this one. Why? What in the world is this weapon? Finale of the Deep. I've never heard of this weapon in my life. What is this? Using an elemental skill, attack will be increased. Okay, that's pretty good for Chi-Chi. She does scale with attack. You got 4-piece oceanid hued clam. Okay. Constellation 1, I'm so sorry. And talents are 187. Okay. Hey man, I mean, healer Chi-Chi. I know that's what she's made for, but bro, I can't bring myself to use Chi-Chi. You got a little bit of attack on this piece. Crit rate, crit damage isn't good for Chi-Chi. Pretty mid. I mean, you got the right main stats, I guess. And as long as you have the main stats, I mean, it is a Chi-Chi, so who really cares about sub-stats? You got 2k attack and some healing bonus, so she'll at least function as a healer. That being said, in this current Abyss, I don't know how well she will work. Something I've also just realized is that your Raiden has a beginner's protector and no artifacts. What's happening here? C0, do you have any constellations for limited 5-stars? Not Risley, no Yoimiya. That's fine, I was just curious. No Ganyu, okay. Ganyu doesn't have artifacts either? Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I see why you may be struggling. We have very limited artifacts to work with, and it doesn't really seem like you've given me many options in order to help you level up your artifacts, but that's okay. Does Xingqiu have artifacts? Okay, good. Xingqiu does. Bennett? Okay, we got Bennett on 4-piece noblesse. That's good. Ningguang, we don't really need to worry about. Sucrose? Okay, you're working on the Sucrose ones. I'd like to see that 4-piece Viridescent on Sucrose. So the vibe that I'm kind of getting on this account is really a lack of artifacts from what it seems like. Because you have a lot of good characters to work with, and I could see a really easy way for you to actually 36-star this Abyss. Because this rotation, honestly, is not all that hard. The Geo is a bit annoying, but you can work your way through it with the right characters. And as for the first half, Yoimiya works very well against the Thunder Manifestation, and the Perpetual Mechanical Array has a lot of combatants which can beat it. So your 2 main DPSs that you're going to want to build teams around are obviously going to be Yoimiya and Risley. Those are just the 2 characters which we have to work around, which is kind of hard for this Abyss because I don't think Riosli is really all that good for the current Abyss. He doesn't work well necessarily against either of these sides. But for the second half, you do have a really easy setup and way to beat it, and that would be just using Yoimiya. Yoimiya is a really good combatant against this second half. So the team that I recommend for you on the second half of Abyss would definitely be Yoimiya, and then Xingqiu. You don't want to use Fischl here, which you haven't even leveled up Fischl anyways, but Fischl isn't good because of the Thunderhelm Law Churl and the Thunder Manifestation, which are immune to all her attacks. But a good team still consists of Yoimiya, Xingqiu. You can throw Bennett in there, but then you'll need one more unit. And the unit I would highly recommend if you are maining Yoimiya is going to be Yoonjin. Yoonjin is an amazing, amazing unit to pair with Yoimiya. And if you do have the EXP books, which unfortunately you do not right now, I highly recommend leveling up a Yoonjin. You already got Favonius Lance on her, which is a great start. This is definitely the weapon I would recommend for Yoonjin. Even try it to refine it a little more if you want to throw this Favonius Lance onto the current. I highly recommend that. Artifacts, you got a couple different options for Yoonjin artifacts. You want to prioritize stats like defense and energy recharge, so just try to go for as many of those artifacts as you can. Emblem can work for her. Husk of Opulent Dreams can work for her. Even Noblesse can work for her too for the extra attack, but you already do have that on your Bennett, so you don't need a second Noblesse character. So therefore, I'd probably go Yoonjin. Try to get either a 2-piece Emblem, 2-piece Husk, or just a 4-piece Husk would be very good for Yoonjin. Throw her on Favonius Lance. You got C1, not the greatest in the world. The C6 makes her incredibly powerful. And then level up her talents, and I think you got the perfect Yoimiya support if you do want to use Yoimiya for the foreseeable future. Not to mention, she's pretty good in this Abyss right now. Now, that basically covers your whole second half team. I think that'd be the easiest way for you to beat the second half of Abyss. But I do want to quickly look a little more around this account before we go and talk about the first half, because the first half is a lot harder. So I just want to quickly see, do we have an option to get characters? No. You have no wishes. You have none. Okay. Good thing we got you on that Welcome Moon then. Do we have any pity saved up? Any pity? Okay, it looks like we have quite a bit of pity saved up, actually. We're on page 9, 50, 55. We got Risley 53 wishes ago. So you don't need anybody from this current banner. You don't need Raiden, but you're 53 into pity. And with the wishes we just put onto your account, you have a guaranteed 5-star with just this Welcome Moon alone. Now, I just want to pull up this chart quickly. This chart basically just shows a character, and since they've had their last banner, when the next banner is likely to come up. And I just want to give some recommendations based off of this. So one character I did notice you have on your account is Arataki Ito. You haven't leveled him up yet, but you do have him on... Oh, God. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. No artifacts and no talents, but you do have an Arataki Ito. And Albedo hasn't had a banner in, Jesus Christ, 18 days. So he's super, super likely to get another banner, and he would be the perfect pairing for Arataki Ito. Now, realistically, Albedo probably won't come the next update because we know next update is going to be a leeway-based update. So characters we're more likely to see are going to be characters like Zhao and Hu Tao, probably. I could see them doing a Yelan rerun too. Those are probably the 3 most likely options, and I wouldn't recommend rolling for a Zhao. I don't think he really fits your account right now and what you need. I think you need support characters a lot more than you need main DPSs, because if we look at the 5-stars you do have, Ito, Yoimiya, and Ganyu, all 3 of them are main DPSs. You do have Zhongli and Raiden, who are 2 really good supports, but I think you need a couple more. So if Yelan gets a rerun, I highly recommend Yelan. Other than that, though, I don't see any of the other leeway characters really being worth it. You could get Shenhe, but you don't really have anyone to pair Shenhe with other than Ganyu, who is a good option, but I think she works a lot more better with Ayaka, and you don't have an Ayaka. That being said, I haven't taken a look at your inventory yet, and I'm kind of curious to see how many 5-star weapons you have. You have 2. You have Thundering Pulse and the Wolf's Gravestone at level 60. That's a violation. You should not have Gravestone at 60. You have a 50 Arataki Ito with the Bell. I'll admit this isn't Arataki Ito's best slot, but it's still a really solid weapon for him. And I'm not gonna lie, this Husk of Opulent Dreams domain is starting to become a real priority for your account because you need it on like 2 different characters now. Ito can use it and Yoonjin can use it to support Yoimiya. So I'd say that's a very high priority domain for you right now. Getting back to weapons, you have the Widsith on Risley, which is a good option. You have Lion's Roar on Bennett. Wait, what's happening here? Lion's Roar on Bennett. Wait, Bennett? What the heck? Do we not have a better weapon? We don't have a Favonius sword? Really? I think Lion's Roar may genuinely be your best option. That is kind of crazy. Yeah, no, Lion's Roar may actually be your best option. That's wild. Do you at least have his talent leveled up? You do. Level 7. Good. Take this to level 10 because it's Bennett. That's honestly the best advice you can give to any account is just max out Bennett because Bennett. Anyways, other than that, you got Sack Sword on Xingqiu, which is a great choice. You got a level 5 Rust, which I imagine you were probably using on your Yoimiya until you got Thundering Pulse, so that's fine. You got a level 5 Dragon's Bane unused. What's your Zhongling running? Your Zhongling is level 40. Okay, never mind. Definitely level up Zhongling. This is a high priority level up. Helps with a lot of content. This will probably help you with the Abyss as well. Speaking of the Abyss, why don't we go talk about Floor 1? Because we've already established some Floor 2 teams, but we need Chamber 1 teams. So Chamber 1 is a little more tricky because we have things like the Perpetual Mechanical Array, we have some Construction Specialists, and Hydro Tapula. So basically it's any element except for Hydro can work on that first half. You have a lot of good options here. Now we have to keep in mind that Yoimiya, Bennett, Xingqiu, and Yunjin are off the board for right now because we are using them on the second half. But let's look at what options we have left. So we have characters like Risley, we have characters like Raiden, Ganyu to work with. Lots of good options. If you are set on using Riosli, however, a couple good comps I can recommend for him would be a Zhongling comp with Melt, where you can either use Zhongling together with Diona and then probably Zhongli for shielding, and that could be a really nice Melt comp for you. You can also go for Freeze with the likes of Mona, Kaya, and then maybe Diona. Could be another really good option. But I do think your best option for a Risley team would consist of a character like Zhongling, putting them together with Diona, and then a nice shielder, I think would work really well for you. Actually, I didn't even check your Riosli build. What's it like? You got Widsith, level 80, good. You got 4-piece Shibanawa, that's good. Crit damage, crit rate, cryo damage, crit rate. Pretty dead subs, but you get what you get. Attack, crit rate, and attack. HP, these Feather and this Flower have really good subs. I like those two pieces. What's your split? You got 46 to 39. That's not terrible. Yeah, this is a good Riosli. You got a level 10 talent, 9-7. That's good. No, this is a really good Riosli, actually. This would probably be capable of beating floor 12 if you have all the right supports, like that Zhongling, like a leveled up Diona. I think those two units should be high priority. Now, I do just kind of want to get a quick feel for how you would play this, though. So we're going to try these teams out. Unfortunately, a lot of these units are very low level, and I don't really have the mats on this account to make them work, but I want to try these teams quickly just to see if they can manage at even this low of a level. So let's see here. All right, here we go. We're going to do crit rate and damage. Now let's see. Now keep in mind, these are level 40 units. So we're going to be getting most our damage from reactions is where it's all going to come from. But as you see there, we still do crazy melt damage. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't play Riosli very much. I don't remember the last time I played this character. Oh, gosh. And just boom. Yeah, he actually does a lot of damage. By himself, he does a crazy amount of damage. That's 12k. That's 15k. Boom, boom, boom. He's actually such a good character, man. I mean, even with just Riosli, I mean, floor 9 is a bit of a joke. But later on, I actually do see that being really, really viable. And this comp, too. I mean, this comp is really insane. Yoimiya is such a good main DPS. And especially with Vaporize, you're going to do like 20k procs, 40k procs constantly. Not to mention you got Thundering Pulse. I mean, this is an absolutely insane comp if you can make it work. The only thing you need to do is level up Yunjin, and bam. Come on, go again, Yoimiya. Go again. Boom. I mean, you saw how easily we defeated floor 9. Anyways, that's going to be the end of our account review today. I hope this helped maybe some of you guys with your own accounts, trying to team build and help you beat that difficult Spiral Abyss. But for today, that's going to be the end of our video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to see you all in the next one. Peace.